Now let's talk China, and the Herald Sun just reported this afternoon that the Five Eyes allies, that's Australia, the US, the UK, Canada and New Zealand, have got together and are discussing a plan to fight back against China's aggressive new trade tariffs by introducing joint sanctions on Chinese goods and produce. This is long overdue, isn't it? I would have thought this would be a fairly obvious response to China's aggression.
Yeah, I mean, up to now we've been letting China place sanctions on itself, haven't we? By not taking our wine and our lobsters and barley. But now I think we are doing the right thing here. I mean, if only on there's a lot that troubles us about the Communist Party government of China. But at least on trade, we should say you either trade with us fairly or we'll put sanctions on you. Free trade is free trade. We've signed an agreement with you. We don't put tariffs on your stuff. It's just not on. And I do think the idea that the Five Eyes are getting together on this so that China can't just single out one country, which is what they're clearly trying to do with us. It's what they used to try and do with Canada. It's their technique. We have to stand together on this and say, look, China, you just got to behave by the rules. The rules are long established. They work for everybody. You can't just declare them, set a new set of rules because it suits you and your ambitions.
Absolutely. And today we also learnt that the Chinese Communist Party has, for more than a decade, infiltrated the Australian, British and the US consulates in Shanghai. Nick, is this just a breach of protocol or is it really state-sponsored spying?
Look, I'd have to go with state-sponsored spying. I mean, you just know, in China, the Chinese embassies and consulates around the world are spying posts, listening posts. It's places where they can keep control of their own citizens who happen to be living in Australia or wherever. That's how they treat diplomatic relations. So it is no surprise whatsoever that they've infiltrated other embassies and consulates with these Communist Party members. And let's remember that if you're a member of the Communist Party, you do their bidding. That's the rule. It's a bit different in the Liberal Party and the Labour Party, but that's what you have to do. So there's no doubt that if they are members of the Communist Party, they're going to be trouble.
Well, the whistleblowers who've leaked this membership records, this data is incredible. 1.95 million Chinese Communist Party members. Now, are you concerned that they're not just infiltrating embassies and government departments, but the private sector on behalf of the Chinese government?
I'm concerned but not surprised. This is the way China always acts. It's par for the course. They've infiltrated the ABC, according to some people. I don't know whether that's true, but if it was, I don't think they need to. After all this,
I don't think they need to.
No, maybe they
really,
think they're too far left. But look, I mean, the point is that this is how authoritarian communist governments work. We know Russia behaved like this in the 1950s and 60s in Australia. There's plenty of evidence of that. It doesn't surprise me that China's doing it now, and probably more effectively than Russia because they've got better technology.
Now, we all know the Dan Andrews government here in Victoria has signed onto the Belt and Road Initiative. They still are eager for that deal to go through, despite everything China's been doing to our farmers and putting out tariffs and bans on our products. Dan Andrews has called for what he says is what he wants is a nuanced response to what's happening with China. I've got to tell you, Nick, I worry when socialists talk about nuance because it's often code for do whatever makes Beijing happy.
Look, it's extraordinarily foolish of them to enter into this deal in the first place because, there's plenty of... I mean, the federal government didn't enter into any deal, didn't go anywhere near it because they knew what the real intention was here, and that was for China to lend money and then have you buy handcuffs to your debt. And that's what China's doing around the world. You can see it in Africa, you can see it in the Pacific. So it was a stupid move of Daniel Andrews. I mean, stupid, really stupid. And the best thing he can do is back away from it now. There's no nuance in this, Rita. You either take their money or you don't. And it wouldn't be wise for him to take it right now.
I wouldn't have thought so. Nick Cater, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rita.